92, serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Friday, April 26th edition of Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Julio Garcia, and I'll be joining you on this first hour of the show where we've got lots of things coming up. We have an interview where we're talking all things artificial intelligence and how to use it to land your dream job. We also have a delicious recipe planned for you in the kitchen, as well as an interview with Mountain Valley Horse Rescue and one of the latest episodes of Covered Bridge. All of this and much more coming up on Good Morning Vail.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on 92? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on Mountain Perspectives. And our expanded Spanish programming block. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website, tv8vail.com.
Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging onto our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail, everyone. I don't know if you knew this, but today is National Artificial Intelligence Day, and we had the opportunity to speak with Talent Acquisition Manager Emily Gross, all things AI, and how to use it to land your dream job. Let's take a look.
You know, we are at the beginning of a brand new year. Brand new year means new goals, whether it's personal or professional. And joining me today to talk about how you can apply for jobs, which is, I know, very intimidating to some people. I've got Talent Acquisition Manager and Business Consultant Emily Gross on the couch with me today to give you all of the advice that you need. Emily, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me back.
Well, you are talent acquisition expert. You talk to people all day long. You hire people, you give advice, you train a team. So you know all things business and the ins and outs of it. So let's talk about 2024. We're coming into new technology, new ways to do things, whether it's looking for a job, whether it's writing a resume or a cover letter or even a headshot. So ChatGPT, I know that is the hot topic. Tell me all about it.
Yes, I am absolutely loving ChatGPT. I'm exploring with it. I'm learning more about its capabilities every day. And also job seekers, not only because it's a new year and people are looking for new opportunities, there's a lot of layoffs happening. Any of us can be looking for a job at any moment in time, of course. So we now have tools that can make it a lot easier. ChatGPT has been amazing. You can start by uploading your resume to ChatGPT with a job description of a job that you're interested in, even multiple if they're similar, and then prompt ChatGPT to cater that resume to those job descriptions. It's going to embed those keywords, and it's really going to help you look like the best candidate.
That's great. So you can literally take the job description of the job that you want and then take your resume and tell ChatGPT to match them?
Yes.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So when we use ChatGPT, so that's just with your resume, but oftentimes with the job search, you've got to have a cover letter or, it's intimidating to upload them into the search portal because you've got to enter in your employer, your address, what you did, all of those things. So how does ChatGPT help?
Yes. So writing a cover letter, I've heard from so many people that they're motivated, they're ready to go, they're applying to jobs, and then they get the upload the cover letter as well, and they're like, So don't be, intimidated by that. Go to ChatGPT, put your resume in again, put that job description in, and prompt it to write you a cover letter for that specific job. You can also add, I like to talk to my ChatGPT, so I'll say, add a little note about this and things like that. Then whatever version it gives you back, I'm always tweaking it, coaching it, really catering it. I'll say, make it more casual, make it shorter, make it more professional. Make sure you mention this recent company accomplishment. So never really take the first version that it gives you, and you're going to learn so much of its capabilities by prompting it more and more.
That's great. Gone are the days of people who have careers in resume writing. So they're going to need to use ChatGPT to find their next job.
Yes.
That's great. So let's talk a little bit more about technology. So AI is great. So you mentioned for resumes and for cover letters, but how else can you use ChatGPT to help refine your professional profile?
Yes. So many things. Another thing that I was loving that it can do is you can upload, again, your resume, that job description, and the company information once you do have an interview scheduled. Then you can prompt ChatGPT to give you interview questions.
Oh, wow.
And then you can start answering them. Make sure you're using that star format with all of your answers. And you're going to be very prepared, because who knows, that hiring manager might even be using ChatGPT to generate those questions. So you're going to be very prepared, or it'll be similar questions. So that's another way it helps.
No, that's great. So you said star format.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
It's just making sure that you're really giving the full story. So when someone asks you about a challenge that you faced, again, stay away from saying, I usually or sometimes. We want to take them to a specific time and place where you faced a challenge, start to finish, the situation, the action that you took, and you cannot forget the results. So getting all of that together, practicing with ChatGPT, answering those questions is going to have all of your responses right on the tip of your tongue.
So if you got the interview, you use the ChatGPT, everything
Yes.
looks great, and now you're sitting with a hiring manager. How do you really wow a hiring manager in your questions? Like, what would you recommend as far as types of questions to ask, how to answer their questions, what to wear, all of that?
Sure. Well, I'm gonna say again, you can use ChatGPT. You can prompt ChatGPT with saying, what are some great interview questions for this interview that I could ask myself that will show my enthusiasm. Or a lot of times you can even have it reword something you're wondering about. I want to ask them about their last year. What's a great way to phrase that? So ChatGPT can help you. And again, all of this with AI, you still are going to put your personal touch on it, and that is really the magic. The AI is going to take, I think, a lot of the stress and a lot of the time that you would be spending on this, and it will allow yourself to be yourself, I personally think, because a lot of times I'll hear something great from ChatGPT, and I'm like, that's wonderful content. I know exactly now how to make it my own. So it's really helpful.
That's great. Now, if you're not necessarily looking, but you want your profile to look good, your professional profile. So how do you make it look good? When you're putting content on your profile, should it be exactly the same as your resume? And then also let's talk about what your picture should look like.
Yes, this is, I think, the fun stuff. I mean, it's all fun, but this gets really fun. So they are now offering AI-generated professional headshots. There are several different apps and websites that are offering it, so I'm not going to endorse one in particular. But the average price is about $30. A lot of them even have a 7-day trial. You upload about 10 pictures of yourself, and then it literally gives you hundreds of professional photos to choose from. And when you get them back, you will see that AI still struggles with fingers and teeth. So the hundreds is useful. But you'll be surprised that they really are able to capture the essence of who you are, looking really professional.
I don't know if I should be excited or scared because that is impressive. So you usually about 10 photos and they generate 100 images from those 10.
Yes, and
Wow.
they give you all kinds of outfits and looks and colors, and you can customize. Say like, I don't like the color purple, I like the color blue, or what have you. So I just think it's super fun. And for a lot of people that don't have access to someone to take a photo of them, or good lighting, or professional clothes, I think it's a great way to get yourself out there started looking and feeling your best.
That's so important. And a lot of people don't even know how to pose in front of the camera at times.
Totally.
So that's a great way just to really elevate your professional profile.
Yes.
So other platforms. So we've been talking a lot about ChatGPT.
Yes.
We've talked about these photo apps that can give you a professional headshot. But there's got to be more out there. So tell me all about it.
Yes, I am learning about the full cycle ones now. The ones I've been hearing the most are Teal HQ and Use Massive. They will take you full cycle. They will create your resume for you based on a series of questions. A lot of them are multiple choice, so it creates an algorithm for you. You obviously put in your personal information as far as where you have worked and the things you've accomplished. Also be sure to make them measurable accomplishments on there. And then it will actually suggest jobs that you should apply to. It will apply to the jobs for you. It will keep track of the application status. It will even send follow-up communications for you. It's incredible. So they can even say that they can even apply to 300 jobs per month for you.
Wow.
I think it would be for someone who's maybe starting out younger in your career and you're just kind of open to a lot of different things. I do want to put a disclaimer out there. With any AI, be very careful with your personal information. Do not include your street address. You can put the city and state that you live in. Do not put your actual phone number. I would recommend creating a Google number. They're free, So absolutely, please do that. I would also recommend just creating another Gmail account just for job applications. So everything's all in one place. It's a professional email address, and that way you're protected. Because if you're going to be sending your information to out to 300 people, we want it to be very secure. So please keep that in mind.
I love that you mentioned professional email address. I've seen some email addresses that should have been left in the 90s.
Same, but they give me a good laugh though. So
it's true. Well, Emily, where can we go to get career advice, to connect with you? Talk to me about how can we follow you and just use your knowledge.
Yeah. Anyone is welcome to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm Emily Gross. I do want to mention one other tool that I'm super excited about. If you don't mind, it's quick, but I was thrilled to hear this. So, when you're going and you're applying to jobs and then you upload your resume, your cover letter, you think you're all good to go, and then it prompts you to put in every single detail, month, year, a full application that's like 10 pages long. There's a web extension, a browser extension called Simplify, and it autofills for you.
Amazing.
I was so excited to hear that. So anyone can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm Emily Gross. I love giving career advice. Again, we're living in a time where lots of people are getting laid off and all different things are happening. And I'm so passionate about helping people find their job in a less stressful way. So
you're very approachable, and I'm sure you've helped many careers change and many lives change. So Emily Gross on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Great. Well, we'll make sure that people connect with you there, and thank you for all of your knowledge and your information.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Each week on The Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss The Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
And the songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good morning, Vail.
We are back with more Good Morning Vail, and I don't know about you all, but I'm getting kind of hungry, and Kim and Kevin are preparing us a delicious spinach dip recipe. Let's head to the kitchen and take a look.
Good morning, Vail.
probably the most important part of the meal.
It is Kim and Kevin here
Most part of the
in
meal.
the kitchen.
This is-
Kevin and I just have a blast when we're in here together.
We just sit here and rant and ramble about things. We were just talking about like each meal, like what's the most important part of the meal? It's the beginning part. It's the appetizer. It sets the stage.
You are ravenous. Your mouth is salivating, thinking about what you're about to consume.
You're ready to go.
And so we are going to show you how to make a classic dip that's great to use with friends and family.
Yeah, that's the spinach and artichoke dip, and it's good for you. It's not just good.
Well, it is decadent for you.
It's decadent. Yeah, we got to kind of.
And if you count the
brakes.
spinach, you've got a little bit of that iron and what is it, vitamin A and vitamin C in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. I love making it from scratch because arguably I think it's better when you make it from scratch than what you would get at a restaurant.
Well, and you were talking about, I opened up this garlic container, and it's like, oh my gosh, the aroma of garlic is mesmerizing. So I love anything with garlic in it.
Anything with garlic is absolutely delicious. So we're going to go ahead and get started in this recipe. It's simple ingredients. You have your regular grated and shredded cheeses. So we've got mozzarella and Parmesan, which we have right here. You've got obviously the main ingredients and the feature, the spinach and the artichokes.
Love that.
And then what every good dip is a base of mayo and cheese. So
yeah, so you've got to have your sour cream, and you've got to have your Philadelphia cream cheese.
That is not a plug for Philadelphia
cream
cheese.
Little mayo. It's not a plug for Philadelphia cream cheese. One neat thing about the Philadelphia cream cheese is if you look inside the container, a lot of times you'll get some nice recipes. So kind of like a Snapple cap, where you get a little motivation. This, you get a nice recipe.
Well, I have to say I haven't thought about a Snapple cap in a very long time.
Well, you're welcome.
Kevin, you may have just dated us a little bit. But we are going to go ahead and get started and get things rocking and rolling because it is just one of my favorite things to snack on. You can always overindulge in this because it's just so delicious.
All right, let's get started.
We are going to go ahead and do it. So we've had our cream cheese sitting out. It's at room temperature. So we have 8 ounces of cream cheese, which is literally 1 block of cream cheese.
1 block.
So we'll just go ahead and throw that in our large mixing bowl. And the great thing about this recipe is it is a 1 bowl recipe. So everything just gets tossed in there.
You're not doing dishes all day.
We are not doing dishes all day. And even better, if you're taking it to a party, just get a disposable pie tin, which is what we're going to show you how to put it into right here. Awesome. So we've got our bases. So our soft cheeses go first. We've got the cream cheese that's been sitting out at room temperature.
Okay.
We're going to do 1/3 of a cup of mayo.
Mayo.
Which we have it sitting right here. I'm not a big mayo girl, but I do like a mayo that's got an olive oil base versus just your traditional Miracle Whip or whatever it is.
Why do you like that?
I like things that are made with olive oil versus vegetable oil, and it makes me feel a little bit healthier. But I don't know. We're making a spinach dip, so I don't know how healthy we're going to be today.
Okay.
So once you've done the 1/3 of a cup of the mayo, which Kevin, excellent job there.
Got it.
Then we're adding 1 cup of sour cream.
Okay.
So you can do a mix of Greek yogurt and sour cream if you wanted to.
Okay.
But it's just a really, it's a great addition. And if you wanted to, I think even if you wanted to, you could almost add some cottage cheese and make it a little bit more protein forward.
Oh, I like that.
So I use cottage cheese as a substitute for a lot of recipes. But today we are just doing the classic.
The sour cream.
So
awesome.
We've got everything just mixed in here. And we're just going to go ahead and mix it all in. And then we're going to throw in the garlic.
Okay.
So the garlic we chopped up, it says pressed, but that's just basically a fancy word for chopping it up. We have 3 cloves of garlic here, and it just smells so fresh. That's the difference between just using the stuff from the store that's already been diced. Yes, it's easier, and you can do that, but I say add a little bit more love and elbow grease into it.
Put a little love into it.
Awesome. So we're doing it. We've got this all mixed up, and Kevin, if you want to go ahead and mix this in, I'll get started on the other part.
Okay.
So this is what we're doing. We've got 2 kinds of cheese. You've got Parmesan and mozzarella.
Okay.
This recipe calls for 2 cups of mozzarella, but you're only putting half of it into the dip first. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let me make sure that we've got this measured out appropriately. If you get a little extra cheese, it doesn't have to be perfect because let's be real, cheese is cheese and it's delicious no matter which way you do it. All right. So we've got about 1 cup of cheese now of the mozzarella. Perfect. And then we've got about a half a cup of grated Parmesan or shredded Parmesan. Basically, it's just going to melt in there, so you want to make sure But it's finely diced, but whatever you've got on hand, really. Most people probably have most of these ingredients in your pantry at all times. Or fridge, I guess. We shouldn't be keeping your cheese in the pantry.
Not in the pantry, no.
All right, so we've got our Parmesan.
We're a whole different show if we do that.
It's very true, very true. All right, Parmesan is mixed in there. Now, here's the fun part.
What is fun? Tell me. Talk to me.
We're putting the star ingredients into the mix.
I'm thinking spinach and I'm thinking artichoke.
I'm thinking you're thinking appropriately here.
See?
So
we're on the same page.
We have artichoke hearts. This recipe, you can do 10 to 12. Most jars of marinated artichoke hearts are about 12 ounces. So I went ahead and I drained it already because you do not want the artichoke juice in it. But it's marinated, so it's got a little bit of extra flavor and seasonings in it. And then once I drained that, I actually took them out and I chopped them up a little bit further so that it's a little bit easier to digest when you're scooping it with a pita. And what I did, the top layer of it sometimes is a little bit harder and hard to chew. You know, if you've ever done like a traditional artichoke, you use that piece to scrape off your teeth. So I removed the outer edges and I cut off the tips and then I diced it up a little bit further. So we're just gonna go ahead and dump this in here. As you can see, it smells good. They're marinated, they look good. It's about 10 ounces that we've got going on in our dip right now.
Okay.
And then the spinach. And there is a trick to the spinach.
Okay.
You know about the spinach trick.
Yeah, well, I know that you need to drain the spinach because there's always a lot of water in it and condensation.
Absolutely. And you buy the frozen spinach and frozen chopped spinach. So you don't have to chop it, you just need to thaw it out. Exactly, already done. So you can like pop it in the microwave if you need to, but what I typically do is I would pull it out the night before, let it thaw out, and then once it's thawed out, we've already wrung out all of the excess water. It's already chopped up. So this, believe it or not, is 10 ounces of spinach. So
Are
we're just
you serious right now?
I am so serious right now. So we just dump it in there too.
Okay.
And you just kind of mix it around. It takes a minute as you're mixing it. You know, this is really all that you need to do, but I don't know if you're like me, Kevin, but I always add a little bit of extra garlic powder, a little bit of salt and pepper.
Oh, yeah.
Always. Those are the classics in any recipe, in my opinion. So we're just going to freehand that. Got a little bit of garlic powder here, and I'm just going to freehand it while you're continuing to mix it in. Looks good to me.
Look at that.
Looks perfect. And then your classic pepper.
A little salt and pepper.
Salt.
Yeah.
So we'll do a little pepper, not a lot, because we don't really need to have a spice in this. And then we've got a little bit of salt because salt makes everything a little bit more decadent is what I like to call it. So that's really all that you do. You just mix it all up, single bowl, and then we have a baking dish. Usually if you had a square pan, you do a 9x9 for this particular recipe, or it'll just all fit into your pie tin.
Right.
Well, while he's mixing that up, we've got a disposable pie tin right here. Pretty great.
Pretty great.
And then you just want to coat the bottom of it just a little bit. So I love the organic olive oil spray. This is in my kitchen at all times. In fact, I stock up on it and I've got like 3 extra cans because I never want to run out.
Just keeping it simple, Kim.
Keeping it so simple. And Kevin, looks great.
Okay.
I'll do the spooning, you hold the bowl. And we're just literally going to put this in here, just like that. And it will be thick because once we pop it into the oven, it'll basically kind of, just melt a little bit more. Everything will be nice and cheesy. So you just want to make sure that it's evenly spread just like that.
Perfect.
And then, remember how I mentioned we only used half the mozzarella?
I did. I remember that.
Well, the other half, if you were measuring it out, it would be about a cup. But we're just going to sit here and have some fun and just kind of dump this all over the top because one of my favorite things when diving into a freshly baked dip is just like breaking that cheesy, ooey gooey, delicious barrier.
Oh yeah, get a little brown on top.
Oh, exactly.
Perfect.
So what we didn't tell you is that you should preheat your oven to 400 degrees.
400 degrees.
This takes about 20 minutes to fully meld all of the flavors and to bubble up. And so because TV magic, we actually have one ready to go in the oven right now. So Kevin is gonna show us, he's gonna pull that out, looking great. Oh my goodness, it is just absolutely golden on top, but you pull it out basically once that cheese that we just put on the mozzarella, once it starts to bubble up and look brown and gorgeous, just like this.
Look at that.
Smells good. I wish you could smell it. The garlic, the cheese, the deliciousness. To me, this smells like vacation and holidays and entertaining your friends and family.
Exactly.
Well, Kevin, I think we need to break into those pita chips. So you can
so too.
serve this with whatever you want. You can serve it with, crackers. You can do some like little crostinis. But we're just going to go with the pita chips, lightly salted because we don't want to take away from the flavor. And it's just going to be absolutely delicious. I'm going to use a fork to break into this one because we don't want to break those pita chips. But Kevin, let's try it out.
Okay.
And see what it tastes like. We're just breaking it right into it. As you can see, that ooey gooey deliciousness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so hot. What do you think? Nailed it? We nailed it.
That is so good.
Well, we're going to go enjoy our spinach chip while we take this next break. And if you want the recipe, let us know. We'll share it with you.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
Just, it sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No. Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Daily Flash.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail, everyone. Now, today is also Help a Horse Day, and we had the opportunity to speak with our friends over at Mountain Valley Horse Rescue to tell us all about the incredible work they do with these lovely horses. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, we are so excited because I am talking all things Mountain Valley Horse Rescue. I wanted to make sure I had that right. The Mountain Valley Horse Rescue, because there's so many different things that go into this brilliant organization in space. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you so much. It's a tough act to follow.
Oh
Those
my
cute
gosh,
little puppies.
okay, so it was funny, the intro. We were smiling and laughing and talking about dogs and how the empathy and from dogs and horses. And that's just an amazing, the animals give so much love. And
animals are amazing. And
yes.
we see it with the horses all the time. No matter where they've come from, what hardships they've endured
Right.
in their lives, they are still so willing to forgive and move on and reconnect with people again. And it's just an incredible opportunity to be around these magnificent animals.
And it's Shauna, correct?
Exactly.
Yes. And
yeah.
Shauna, how did you get involved with all of this? Because I know it was so interesting, just us laughing and talking already. I feel like I could talk to you for hours, but about horses and their empathy and feeling people and their energy. Did you get involved through something like that? What is your story?
You know, I was fortunate to grow up with horses in my life from a very young time. When I moved out here to Colorado, I outfitted for a while and that sort of thing.
Cool.
And then found the horse rescue that was helping these horses that had really fallen on hard times through no fault of their own. And horses have given so much back to me. I'm going to try not to get choked up.
No,
now.
I get it. I get it. No, I totally get it.
I've given so much
beautiful.
back to me through
Yes.
my life. It was an opportunity to help give back to the horses. And all we do is really hold a space for them to recover physically and emotionally, and that to move on to a next chapter in their lives when things have fallen apart.
You're making me emotional now too, because I get it. I feel that, and that's so beautiful to be able, like we were saying, with, in my sense, my dogs, and with you, horses.
Yeah.
And they've done so much to, like, it's my lifeline to help you live your life at your best self.
Absolutely.
And then to give back. That is so beautiful. What, because I did not realize with the horses, what kind of traumas, or is it just like maybe horses that have been left by the wayside?
Sure.
That what do you see?
You know, horses are incredibly empathic animals. They form deep connections.
Right.
Even in the wild, they're herd animals, so they form very deep connections with their herd of horses.
Okay.
But then in the human world, they form similar connections with the people who
Right.
care for and love them. And when those people can't or don't want to care for them anymore,
Got it.
that can be deeply traumatic for a horse, to be basically kicked out of and abandoned by its herd.
Right.
Sometimes we see them come to us and they are just very emotionally shut down. And regardless of that, it takes them an amazingly short amount of time with just, again, that love and space and care to blossom into their amazing selves again and start to interact with people in compassionate ways.
It's interesting, and thank you for sharing that, because I was just thinking, we think about dogs, cats like this, but I wonder what it is as human beings that we don't always think about horses as having those, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
Right.
You know, horses over time have been, they've been work animals for us. They've had jobs, that sort of thing. So I think maybe that's part of it. And we see a lot of horses come to us when they are no longer physically able to fulfill a job role.
Maybe you're correct,
And they get somewhat discarded by us people, but they have so much more to give. A lot of our horses that can't be ridden anymore are our most valuable team members in terms of summer camps and lessons, teaching people and giving them the opportunity to interact with the animals. They're just amazing.
You're making me so excited. That's why I'm smiling so big, because I'm like, we've spoken about this off camera, but I'm so excited to come and see the space, because it's one thing to talk about it, and it's so brilliant, and thank you for all that you guys do, truly, but it's another thing to go and see and feel and have the energy of the horses.
Exactly. The ranch is an incredible, special place. We're fortunate enough to have 114 acres along the Colorado River. We're nestled in this beautiful basin with mountains all around us. The mountains are still snow-capped right now, but
gorgeous.
the ranch is beautiful and dry, and there's not even any mud anymore, so it's a lovely place to visit if you've had enough snow. And then the horses just bring such a spirit to the place, so we really encourage people to just come and visit. We're open 7 days a week, daylight hours, pop on out to visit.
Wow,
Or let us know when you're coming, and that way we can give you a tour and introduce you to all the horses.
Yeah, I was going to ask you for the Mountain Valley Horse Rescue, where is it located exactly?
So we are on Colorado River Road,
Okay.
just north of McCoy. So it's a quick 30, 45-minute drive from the valley, a beautiful drive,
Yes.
easy to get out there. April 20th, we're doing an open house and a
Awesome.
spring cleanup day. So that day especially, please come on out. Pancake breakfast, giveaways, all that fun
I've
stuff.
heard good things about I've had many a friend. And you know, I was meant to go last year and I got sick and I didn't get to come. And so this is
Now's
April
your chance.
20th. It is. I'm there. April 20th.
April 20th, 10 to 1.
10 to 1.
Come on out.
Okay.
But again, if that date doesn't work, come another time.
And this is so neat. It's the
Yeah,
spring
there we go.
cleanup.
Exactly.
So you can give back to the community also while learning and seeing.
Absolutely.
That is so, and what else do you have coming up? Because I know you have volunteer opportunities quite often, right?
Exactly. We have volunteer opportunities year round. It takes a lot of people power to take care of the 40 to 50 horses we have on property. So volunteer opportunities all the time. Check out our website, mountainvalleyhorserescue.com. You can sign up right there to start getting emails about volunteer
cool.
opportunities. You come out, you do an orientation, and then we turn you loose and you can come out whenever you'd like and help out.
Oh, I'm excited.
Absolutely. And then as you've been there for a while, after you volunteered even just 10 hours, we actually connect you with your own rescue horse. So that you can interact with that horse and help it move towards adoption. It's a pretty special program.
Well,
so.
I am going to be truly, after
Please.
we're done at 9 a.m., I will be signing up. That is brilliant. Oh gosh, now I know. I want a horse now.
I know.
Dogs,
we have to figure out how to get one into the studio.
I
But
would
anyhow.
love that. We'll chit chat
Next
after.
time.
I love that. So how cool is that? So you can actually, you help giving back and giving to these amazing creatures and animals that have given us so much love, and then you really get to connect with one-on-one.
Exactly.
How
Really.
is that? As someone that's really been around horses your whole life, what is that energy like? Because I'm a dog girl.
Sure.
And I know horses are so powerful. And we were having a conversation about Gypsy, my dog, literally loving horses and having horses bow to her. And they have this moment. Do people feel the same calming energy from horses? Is it the same?
They really do. Again, horses are so empathic, and they show up as their genuine selves all the time. And they ask that we as people do the same thing. And that sometimes is an amazing double check for us to check in with ourselves and what's going on with ourselves and show up as authentic as well.
You were meant to be today. This was very serendipitous because I had the worst day yesterday. We were speaking about this and now, and I felt the need to be on. And that's not real. You have to say sometimes, hey, you can show up to your horse. It's true. And say, I've had the worst day. And
they say, that's fine. I don't expect you to be on.
I love it. Oh, how exciting. One more time, the website. So
the website is mountainvalleyhorserescue.com. It's long, but it's worth it. So yeah, and all the information is on there. There's a volunteer page, our events, everything is on there. We've got some fun events coming up throughout the summer. So
and April 20th is a great way to go and give back.
Absolutely.
And see this amazing space and see this amazing woman and some awesome horses to boot.
Absolutely. No, please come meet the horses. April 20th is a great day to do it.
We will definitely have you back and we'll figure out a way to get one of the horses on here too. We have more of the show to come, so keep right here. We have more Good Morning Vail.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake!
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh! If you haven't seen Work Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Hi, it's Max at TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Tune in Saturdays at 5 p.m. for Offbeat Cinema, where the coffee is always hot and the movies are oh so cool. Find us on Xfinity Channel 92 or on our website at tv8vail.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. You guys know we love having our friends at Covered Bridge Magazine here in the studio, and they recently brought a local artist who also happened to do the latest cover of the magazine to share a little bit of his story. Let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. My name is Kim Fuller, and I'm the editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge Magazine.
And I'm Bobby LaRue, the Director of Partnerships over at Covered Bridge Magazine. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Max Rowe. Max Rowe is actually a local artist that you're going to learn all about today, and he did the most recent cover of Covered Bridge Magazine. Welcome, Max.
Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Kim. It's great to meet you guys.
So great to have you. So I will, it's not a spoiler or anything because the magazine is out and people can grab it, but here we are with the newest edition of Covered Bridge. So this art piece is absolutely phenomenal. It's called Red Shred, and how fun to put a piece of art on our cover. It's the first time we've done that with Covered Bridge. So Max, tell us a little bit about this piece and also the experience of getting this on the cover and just, you know, the article, interview, and all of that. How'd that go for you?
It's been awesome partnering with you guys. This piece in particular, I love that we ended up going with this. I think it really pops, and this actually, funnily enough, this piece kind of started off a whole new run of work that I did that was really kind of loose with the snow. And the snowboarder on the front, Taylor Godber, she's a huge inspiration. I mean, her riding is amazing, and the photographer, Guy Fatal. So I loved just getting the inspiration from those guys, and you know, in talking a lot about this article and this issue is about abundance. And for me, like with skiing and snowboarding, first and foremost, like abundance is all about POW. So I love to paint pictures of powder, and so this was really good, emblematic of that. And then, and also, yeah, just I love to receive the inspiration. We live in this really awesome age where we have so much access to really cool inspiration from all over the world, and I feel really grateful to get to take inspiration from other people and turn it into something special and new, and then go out and inspire more people with that. More people to ski, more people to care about skiing, more people to care about art, and everything in the magazine. So there's a lot of other really cool stuff in here too.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Now, the article really does get into how you get your mindset around painting. And, you know, we mentioned a little bit in there about the flow state. Can you speak to that? I mean, I think of snowboarding, number one, as like my most flow state, right? And I would imagine you're in a similar mindset when the brush strokes are just coming together, right?
Yeah, it's one thing that I love about like painting skiers and snowboarders is that, like you said, when you're out skiing and snowboarding, you can really get in that flow state. And so painting that subject matter also helps me get into that flow state when I'm painting. And I really feel like that's when I do my best work, is when I kind of get into the flow. Because a lot of my work is like really splattery and really action oriented. So kind of getting in the zone with it is really important for me, because you have to really feel it. You know, the flow state is kind of an elusive thing, and not everybody knows how to describe it, but if you've experienced it, you know exactly what that is. So I really love to try to recreate that feeling and give that feeling, give that inspiration to my audience.
No, I really enjoy that, and you kind of nailed it with the flow state. Like once you've experienced it, you know what it is, right? But you can't always get there on a drop of a dime.
Yeah.
And it does take sometimes that process of, you know, focusing on maybe your snowboarding to get into your mental mindset for painting. You brought up something unique about getting inspiration from others. You know, I looked at this cover, and I don't have many photos of me shredding POW in the backcountry, but if I did, I would be like, wow, I'd love that on my wall. Is that something the audience could take advantage of if they have a really, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. If you have a sick photo of you sending it, hit me up, send it to me. I'm always looking for new inspiration, and
Cool.
I love to meet the people that I get to paint. That's a real treasure, honestly, to get to share that with other people. But yeah.
Max, what is your art background, and how has that evolved?
Sure. I've been painting for a really long time. It's something I grew up doing at home. I went to the University of Colorado and studied studio art there. And so I've always it's always been like a constant in my life. It's something that I really love because I know I'll be able to always do it. So it's like a lifelong practice, which I love about that. Yeah. What was the question?
Well,
sorry, you can cut that part.
So something, a quote that we have from you in this article, Max Rowe, Finding Flow Through Art and Skiing by Caitlin Emig. That's the fun thing about art, is what you said. As I continue to grow and learn more about the world and myself, my art changes as well. It's something that always keeps me invested in doing it for myself.
Yeah.
So how has it evolved for you?
So I've always just really been gravitated to paint subjects of things that I'm interested in. So for a long time, I painted just figures. I was really into figure drawing and figure painting, and that kind of evolved into, I did a lot of yoga paintings for a while, which was really cool. Bobby, I know, is a yoga teacher. So, and then I've kind of moved away from yoga and gotten more into action sports. And I've grown up skiing. I'm really lucky and blessed that way I have a lifelong ski practice as well. So it's something that as I've gotten a little bit older, I'm not skiing 100 days a year anymore, but I did do that for a long time. But this is kind of a new way for me to be part of the ski culture and the ski environment. And it's fun to get to give back to the community and the ski culture in a new way. So I'm really excited about that. And then, you know, just continuing forward, how my subject matter will continue to evolve and change. You know, like I said, I'm always interested in painting what I like to do. So I just learned how to surf last week. I was in Costa Rica, which was so cool. Got to surf a bunch of waves down there, and so now I'm really excited to paint some surfers. And it's, you know, very similar to snowboarding, but kind of want to inject some more tropical vibes, some new color schemes, that type of thing. So.
Yeah, I love that. I could see surfing definitely fitting your style of work.
Yeah.
You know, the spray and everything that you do as far as the detail goes. That being said, too, you know, yes, someone can commission a piece from you, but they can also go to a few galleries, if I'm not mistaken, and find your work and purchase something right off the wall there, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So right now I'm showing work at the Royal Street Fine Art Gallery. It's in Aspen. So I recommend anybody that's interested in seeing it in person, and it is awesome to see in person, go there, check it out. All of my original paintings are also UV reactive, which means they glow under a black light.
Wow.
So it's really hard to photograph, and it is also a thing that I love for it to be like this really cool first impression. You see it, you don't see that on paper, but then you get to see it in person and have this like deep reaction. It's really cool to see people get so excited. This is like 2 paintings in one. So I definitely wish everybody that has an interest to go check them out in person there. And you can also see everything on my website. It's maxflowart.com, as well as my Instagram, which is @maxflowart.
So great. Now I have this idea that we need to do a pop-up with you.
Oh yeah,
right?
I would love to.
We could bring people together and have a bunch of your paintings there and
Let's
have the
have a
magazines
party.
there. Okay, sounds good. Stay tuned for details on the party with Max Rowe and Covered Bridge. But yeah, this is just such an honor to have on the cover of Covered Bridge, our 5th issue, the abundance issue. Thanks for tapping into that theme in so many ways. And it truly is an honor to meet you, Max. And you're very talented, and it's great to have you in the Valley.
Well, thanks so much. I'm super honored to get to participate, and thank you guys very much.
Yeah, awesome.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you everyone for watching Covered Bridge on TV8. Be sure to pick up the newest issue with Max's art on the cover, the Abundance issue, and thanks for tuning in.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this first hour of Good Morning Vail. Stay tuned because Maddie Evans will be joining us in studio for the 8 o'clock hour with lots more coming up on Good Morning Vail. So if you haven't already, grab your cup of coffee and join us back here for hour 2 with Maddie Evans.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Hello everyone, I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do. So even though you work for
Some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
The Paltrowcast is an award-winning weekly series featuring exclusive interviews with entertainers, athletes, and other influencers. Tune in weekdays at 10 a.m. to see where the conversation takes us. Paltrowcast.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into the second hour of Good Morning Vail for your Friday, April 26th edition. We've got a great hour ahead of us. We're going to be very busy. Not only are we going to be talking to some great doctors, but a lot of wonderful locals here in our community. So if you're someone who's maybe planning a big event, well, then we've got the perfect event planner for you, as well as Ski-Town All-Stars coming in and the Eagle Valley Library District. Now, we saw a little precipitation yesterday, but remember, April showers bring May flowers, and we're going to continue to see that throughout the course of today. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
So many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Vail fashionista and perch stylist Tamar Giorgazzi has been helping women express their personalities through fashion for years. And with a new boutique in town called Elliston, opened up by the same owners as Perch, Tamar is back to show us 3 must-have essentials as we move into warmer weather. First up, the chic pajama look. This matching set by Totem is not for sleeping. In fact, with the right styling, it can be worn just about anywhere.
Don't be afraid to bring this outfit in any big event, starting from weddings, starting from dinners, starting from, I don't know, business meeting. Throw the jacket over, blazer over, do the shoe, maybe instead of cream, I would do the black shoe and do like a black blazer and crossbody bag. We carry in Elliston, Stella McCarthy.
Next up, an elegant, versatile dress.
It is insanely impossible to make any woman don't look good at it. If you would like to bring a color in your closet and be trendy with a bold, cool dress in your closet, bring fun colored dress, which never disappoints you, good shape, good sculpture, good silhouette.
And lastly, an outfit featuring elevated basics.
Like this outfit is great outfit itself. I have a Marni leather jacket and Marni white shirt, high-low. It's amazing shirt. It's not button down. It's just a cut on the middle. And features a little bit of differentiality considering that everybody already has button down. Again, have something different, show something different, and makes you look good.
There's so much to choose from at both Perch and Elliston, and the owner describes the difference between the two.
Elliston is more elevated. I've had customers say that, sort of the mom and the grandmom shop at Elliston, the daughter shop at Perch. Perch was really inspired by a more contemporary line of brands that tend to show a lot of prints, that tend to show a lot of patterns, that are more youthful designs.
She also explains to us the meaning of a certain understated style.
There is a concept called quiet luxury that's been sort of a trend for the past year, I would say, sort of started by some of the luxury designers like Brunello Cucinelli, where they really don't sell any prints. It's camels, it's grays, it's navies and blacks and ivories, and that's sort of what inspired Elliston. This store was really rooted in that whole concept of quiet luxury, beautiful fabrics, design that is based in craftsmanship. That whole color scheme has really struck a chord with customers because they love, just consider putting an ivory sweater on with an ivory pair of pants and some nude shoes. Like, you look like $1 million when you walk out of your house.
No matter what your aesthetic is, Tamar can help you put your entire look together. As some of you may remember, she even helped me step up my style not too long ago.
Tamar is really talented at what she does. I can't do what she does because she is so good at looking at a woman's body and pulling items that will make them look and feel like they're walking on water. Honestly, people love her because she is so passionate about what she does, and she's extremely talented about styling women from head to toe.
Tamar says no matter what your budget is, she's here to help you look and feel your best. For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough.
Good morning, Vail.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
Where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces. Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Welcome back to the show. I'm joined by two incredible doctors who are going to give us information on how you can make a difference in medicine for veterans. So I'm joined by Dr. Harder and Dr. Bush. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for the opportunity, Maddie.
Thank you, Maddie.
Now, for people who maybe don't know who you are, can you guys just give us a quick introduction?
Sure. I'm Dr. Ron Harder, and I am president of the American Society of Anesthesiologists.
And I'm Dr. Bridget Bush. I'm a practicing anesthesiologist and a combat veteran.
Now, the VA has a proposal that's going to change the way that veterans would receive their anesthesia, from taking it from an anesthesiologist to a nurse. Can you explain a little bit more about this to us?
Certainly, and we think this is important information for our veterans to be aware of, and certainly all Americans to be aware of, that this proposal that the VA is considering would remove physician involvement with the delivery of anesthesia care to our veterans within the VA system. The model that's been in place for decades in the VA is physician-led, either the physician delivering the anesthetic themselves or directing a nurse anesthetist in delivering the anesthesia care. That's the model that's used in the vast majority of surgeries in the U.S., and it's used in all of the leading hospitals in the U.S. This proposal would remove physicians from the delivery of anesthesia care to our veterans, and frankly put our patients at unnecessary risk. Our veterans would be at unnecessary risks under anesthesia in the VA system.
And so would moving to the nurse-only model cut costs? Would it make access easier?
Thanks, Maddie. No, it would not. So the cost of anesthesia care is the same, whether an anesthesiologist or a nurse anesthetist is providing it. So this would not cut costs. It would not save taxpayers any money. Additionally, the VA's own data shows that there is no anesthesia workforce issues nor access issues within the VA. As a veteran and an anesthesiologist, I know the importance of teamwork, using everybody's different skills, strengths, and experience. And anesthesia is no different.
So what's the difference between an anesthesiologist and a nurse who would be practicing the anesthesiology?
Yeah, thank you. That's an important distinction for Americans to be aware of. An anesthesiologist is a physician who's attended medical school, residency, and in many cases a fellowship following residency. They have twice as many years of education as a nurse anesthetist, and they have 5 times more clinical hours of training than a nurse anesthetist. And beyond that, just the types of things that they are learning is significantly different. Anesthesiologists are trained as physicians to understand and be able to diagnose, manage, and treat medical issues before, during, and after the patient's surgery. Nurse anesthetists are terrific nurses, but they simply are not trained to be substitutes for anesthesiologists. Their training is to be an important part of the team, but under the leadership of a physician.
And so what happened in 2017 when a similar change was proposed?
Thanks, Maddie. Actually, in 2017, finalized an extensive multi-year review by the VA. They talked to key stakeholders and elicited public comments, got an astounding 200,000 public comments to the Federal Register, including 50,000 from veterans and veterans' families. And after all of this review, they really looked at the evidence and said that there is no reason to change the model as they had it, and maintained physician-led care. At this time, nothing has changed that would make it reasonable or necessary for them to put our veterans at risk.
Now, what can people do to help protect the safety and the health of our veterans?
Yes, thank you, Maddie. We would ask that every American go to safevacare.org, where they can learn more about this risky proposal that the VA is considering. And it also provides them with an opportunity to submit comments to their legislators who can reach out to the VA leadership and express their opposition to this unnecessary and risky proposal. There are pieces of legislation in both the House and the Senate in the U.S. Congress that would strengthen and clarify maintaining physician leadership of anesthesia care within the VA. So that's an opportunity for every American citizen to help to support those pieces of legislation and to help the Congress to message the importance of this maintaining the level of care that's currently in place within the VA for our veterans.
And one more time, what is that website, just so people can look it up?
Yes, safevacare, all one word, .org.
I want to thank you both so much for taking the time to chat with us, and thank you for all the hard work that you're putting in for our veterans. It really does make a difference.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maddie.
Make sure that you check out that website. That way you can get all the information and have all of the knowledge. That way you can help make a difference for our veterans. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hello, I'm Shervin Rezai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988 when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher, making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise, and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant, and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? Chenna Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at Chenna Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you planning a great event, maybe a wedding, maybe a graduation party? Well, then I have found the perfect wedding planner or event planner for you. This is Alex Bradshaw, and she's with Stunning and Brilliant Events. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Maddie. Thank you so much for having us on with you today.
Thank you so much for being here, only because what you do is so rewarding, but people don't understand how challenging, because your attention to detail is phenomenal.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Yes, I feel like there is so much that we do that people don't realize. You know, we're behind the scenes, and that's kind of our job, but it's our job to also make sure that everything goes off without a hitch. So that's what we pride ourselves on.
Which is incredible, and you have a fantastic event planning background. So anyone who works with Alex, you're going to be in the utmost wonderful hands. She's going to take the best care of you. But people don't understand what you do as you're getting closer to the wedding. So let's kind of break it down.
Absolutely. So 30 days out, well, it also depends on which package you choose, but starting 30 days out, we like to make sure that we have all of the personal information, all of the personal items from the planner, or I'm sorry, from the couple themselves. So anything that they want to make sure that they have at the wedding, we start to gather all of that. We start to touch base with all of the vendors, make sure that their contracts are all settled, make sure that they have all the details that they need as far as our layout, our timeline, all of those final details, you know. So that's about 30 days out. As we get closer in, you know, day before, that's like gearing up the Saturday before the Super Bowl, you know, everybody's getting pumped, everybody's ready to get going. But we want to make sure that as soon as vendors arrive on site for the venue day before, that we are also there. We want to get as much set up as we possibly can day before. And so that we can just plug and play on wedding day, you know. So day before, we want to meet with the officiant, we want to meet with the couple, we want to meet all of the bride and groom's special people, you know, their moms, dads, their bridal party, their groomsmen, to make sure that they're all on cue, to make sure that they know exactly what we're doing. We'll run through rehearsal. And we just get to share so much information with them so that they are stress-free and so that they're ready. We have a bridal agenda that we like to give out so that they have all of our information, all of our contact information, all of the travel plans, you know, if there's any organized transportation from venue to reception or anything like that, we want to make sure that we have all of that and make sure that they know all of that information so that we are ready to rock and roll.
And so the key word that you just said as you went into all of this was packages. People have different price points that they can choose from because planning a wedding is not always the most cost efficient.
Exactly.
And especially depending on where you're doing it.
Right.
But if you are someone who needs the extra help, you guys offer a way to make it convenient and accessible to everyone.
Absolutely, yes. And we have different price points, like you mentioned. We have different options, you know, so if you want somebody to be there to hold your hand and you just want to show up and say, I do, we can absolutely do that. But if you want to be a little bit more hands-on, we have the capability to work you into all of the planning. I mean, it's your wedding, so we want to make sure that you have exactly what level of planning that you're comfortable with and that you want to be involved with. So we can offer a lot to all.
Which I think is so wonderful because sometimes I think people forget the details that go into a wedding, from napkin selection to making sure the tables show up and the cloths are on them to the placemats being perfect.
Absolutely.
And so those are things that you guys take care of as you're ramping up and getting closer to the wedding.
Yes, yes. So day of comes around and that's what we're doing, you know. So we're setting up everything day before, but day of comes, morning of day of. We love to send a little text to the bride and groom, you know, happy wedding day, let's get ready to have some fun. And then as we continue throughout the day, we are making sure that all of the vendors are on time. We're making sure that they have everything set up that they need. We want to make sure that everybody is stress-free. We want to take on as much responsibility as we possibly can. And so day of, we come staffed. It's not just me showing up by myself. You know, we're going to have teams of up to 6 people depending on how big the event is, so we can divide and conquer. for sure. And we always come staffed with our emergency kit. So we've got anything from bobby pins, tied pins, to we even carry hot glue guns in there. You never know what you're going to need, you know? We actually used a hot glue gun once to make a tie. We had a groomsman show up that didn't have his tie. We cut up a silk napkin, folded it together, and made it into a tie. And you would have never known the difference. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we come prepared for everything. But we also, day of, want to make sure that the bride and groom eat, you know. There are so many, I feel like you hear all the time that somebody that's already married talking to somebody that's engaged, and they're like, oh, well, you're not going to eat any of that food, so don't worry about it, you know.
Right.
No, we want to make sure you eat. The ceremony is over. We have drinks in hand. We have appetizers in hand for you to take to your pictures. We make sure that if you want a private dinner before you head back to the group of everyone, we can absolutely schedule that into the timeline as well. And as the ceremony wraps up, we're packing up to-go boxes to put in your car to send with you so that you get to eat all of that good, delicious food that you got to pick out for yourselves, you know?
Right. That you spent so much time working on
so much
and
time and stress. Yeah,
Right.
so we want to make sure that you get to eat it and enjoy the drinks and enjoy the company as well.
Which is really important. And another thing that I hear a lot of bride and groom say is they didn't get to spend enough time with the significant other, so that private dinner really makes a huge difference.
Right, absolutely. Oh yes, and whether that's just the bride and groom, they want to like sneak about 5 minutes to themselves, you know, they just got married. There's something to say for that, of course, so you want to like be able to cherish that time together. Or, like I said, if you want to have a couple other people invited into that private dinner, we can absolutely make that happen as well. Of course, everybody at your wedding, of course, you invited them, so you want them to be there to enjoy with you, but sometimes there's just a few that you want to hold that moment and cherish with.
Which I think is so special and so endearing for
Yeah.
people, and especially as we have such a beautiful summer season here.
Absolutely.
And so if someone is maybe like, all right, we're going to kind of do a shotgun wedding, we're going to do this quickly, is that something you guys can also help them with?
Oh, absolutely. We'll do anything from elopements to shotgun weddings, you know, so we can do it all for sure.
Which makes it definitely entertaining, and we're in such a beautiful area for people to kind of last minute decide that maybe they want to get married on top of Beaver Creek. Maybe they want to get married by Nottingham Park. We have so many great natural backdrops for people to enjoy, but then we also have a lot of wonderful venues. Now, if someone wants to do one of our big venues that we have here that are very popular, that you need a little more preparation for.
Right, yes. And so that would just be organizing with the venue, making sure they have the date available and all of that. But we've got another great thing about hiring a planner is we've got contacts in our back pocket, you know, so you never know when you're going to need somebody, and we'll be there to pull on those strings for you.
Those back pocket cards are really an essential key to living. Now, if people are interested in booking you for a wedding, or maybe graduation is right around the corner, so let's quickly talk about if someone needs a last-minute graduation party planner.
Yes, so I would love to help with any graduation parties. We will coordinate, you know, if you're going to college, next steps, we can get that in there for you. We can put the school's colors in there, you know, we could do cakes, balloons, invitations, tablescapes, whatever venue you want to choose, whether that's your backyard or somewhere like Beaver Creek, you know, we can make that happen.
Which I think is so important, and especially since, you know, everyone's like, it's off season, we're settling down. We are not.
No, we are not settling down, no. Summer's right around the corner, and so with that comes wedding season, and that can continue through the rest of the seasons here, so.
Now, if someone wants to book you to have you help plan one of their fabulous events, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you, and what does the beginning process look like?
So the best way to get in contact with me would be our website, stunningandbrilliantevents.com, or my direct number, 970-431-6644. And to get that process started, we'll have a phone call, we'll have a meeting, maybe we can go and grab some coffee somewhere, and we'll talk about what your vision is. You know, I always love to put together mood boards after that initial conversation to send that to you, to be like, is this what you're looking for? And we can adjust from there, and kind of just piece together all of the details. You know, I would start planning immediately if you decide that is something that you would want to do, and we can get started.
Alex, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Give us all this great information. One more time, what's the website?
stunningandbrilliantevents.com.
Alex, thank you.
Thank you, Maddie.
If you are looking for a great party planner, a great event planner, well then you want to make sure that you check out Stunning and Brilliant Events and contact Alex because she's here, she's local, and she'll do the best job possible. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Eight-time Emmy-nominated Animal Rescue is a half-hour television series showcasing the heroic efforts of people helping animals. Join host and award-winning journalist Alex Payne and the Animal Rescue camera crew as they travel around the world, capturing dramatic rescues, rehabilitation, and relocation stories. For programming schedule, check your local listings today. Don't miss your favorite episodes of Animal Rescue.
Good morning, Vail.
I've really missed being on the couch, but I've specifically missed being on the couch with the one and only Chris Pavona from Ski Town All-Stars. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Maddie.
It's been a minute since you and I have been here together.
It's been 302 days, and I only know that because I've been taking a pocket knife and marking off little tallies on Grandpa's oak tree outside in the backyard of the deed-restricted townhome complex. So it's good to be here, Maddie.
It's so good to have you here, and there's so many great things that are taking place at Ski Town All-Stars right now, so let's talk about them. Let's kick off with your closing day video that has gone absolutely viral.
Yep, we invented the internet, and we have a really cool video that I took with an Insta360 with a giant pole, and it just basically shows a sea of people. It's really cool to see that many people coming out for closing day, and it just was a really cool video. It was a beautiful day.
It was beautiful.
The weather was amazing. The skiing was still amazing. So all in all, it was a pretty amazing closing day.
Now, not everywhere has closed, so people can still get out there and ski.
Yeah, they still can. We have some of the Copper Arapahoe Bay. Is Keystone still open?
That's a good question.
We should know that.
We should know that.
We are apparently not the internet.
I never claimed to be the internet. That would be you. Just you specifically. But I have never, I've hung up my skis for the rest of the season, so I'm good. But if people are interested in maybe buying some skis to get excited for next year, they can come do that.
I mean, we have tons of amazing skis at 40 and 50% off, which I'm basically losing money. So if you want Chris to lose money, come buy some skis. See what I did there?
Yeah, Chris is losing money. Chris also isn't going on vacation.
Poor Chris.
It's a womp, womp, womp.
Womp, womp, womp. But we had a great winter.
Yeah, you guys have stayed extremely busy, and you've got a lot going on in the shop. So not only can people come buy their skis from you, but they can do a full tune from you, which I know because I did at the beginning of the ski season, and it was fantastic.
And then we also have our demo skis for sale, which are like very, very, very good in terms of the condition of them, where some of the other shops they put their demos out 50 days a year, so their skis are pretty beat up. Where we're just using our demos as tools to help people buy skis. Basically, like people take them out and then come buy one of those particular skis. So we still have some great demos left, and yeah, just like stuff is ready. So basically, on the internet, we can't. Even though I am the internet, I'm actually not allowed to put the actual prices on the internet until these different time periods, like these grace periods. So what's on sale in the shop is not actually reflected on the internet. But if you do want to call in or DM or email us, we can actually give you the prices that we are selling things for.
It's so nice that you put self-boundaries for the internet with yourself, because it's just important that you keep everyone honest.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you just said.
You're not putting the sale on the internet, but you are the internet. Self-boundary. I love it.
Yeah, sure.
You know, does it make sense?
It makes kind of sense, yeah.
Right.
I mean, it does. That was like, too early for that.
We're not there yet. Chris hasn't had enough coffee yet.
I only had like this much coffee.
And I interrupted it. I'm sorry about that. Now,
okay.
Demo skis are a great option because you'll get a great deal.
Yep.
So they can also still come demo the ski and take them to Copper and then be like, I want to buy this.
Well, Maddie,
Uh-oh.
the demo skis are tuned and ready to sell.
Oh.
So we'd prefer if they just buy them, which is kind of counter. It's not really what we preach. But if you're really nice, we'll let you take them out.
Really nice.
But they're so cheap that like I can tell you what you're going to like and what you're not going to like, because
you're a ski expert.
I am a ski internet expert.
I love that. I love that. Now, let's move past skiing. Let's talk about bikes.
And we're doing e-bikes again. We're going to carry... God, poor Chris.
So high to be Chris Pavone.
No, we're going to do the Super 73 e-bikes again. We're still the only people in the Valley that have them. I still love them, and I still ride them, and it's hard to not sell them when I actually use them all the time. So that's kind of our thing, is like we like to sell what we actually use, and I still am super stoked on them. They've got a bunch of new colors. I just placed an order for another 10 of them, so we've got them coming in 5 at a time and selling them. We've already sold a bunch of them. Unfortunately, I don't know. We have to do some research on the rebates. Should have been prepared, because I am the rebate expert of the Eagle County, which apparently right now I am having my pants down.
You're slacking. The rebate king over here is not ruling the kingdom.
So next time I'll have to do some research. But the state, they had an awesome state rebate going on last fall into the winter, and that's actually over with. But I'm sure there's some local rebates. But we're going to have all the Super 73s. Those, I mean, Maddie, we rode them. Like, those you have to come to the store. You have to get on one. The big thing is, like, if you want an e-bike, you get an e-mountain bike. If you don't want to pedal, you get one of these.
Right.
So, like, I just got a new e-bike from Moontime. Mm-hmm. Moontime. In our complex.
Swipe plugs.
Swipe
up.
Frank, I got you. I'm actually going to send that to him later.
It's so important.
See what I did there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's a new business in our complex, which is super cool, Moontime Cycles. I did get a real e-mountain bike from Pivot, but that's like when you want to pedal. Mine, Super 73, you just want to like...
Throttle.
throttle. Kick your feet up, put your feet to the side, ride it like this.
Side saddle.
Side saddle.
So elegant.
Yep.
Which is incredible. So people can start buying their e-bikes now,
Yep.
start working on the rebates, and
Yep.
then you're prepared for summer and the concert series and all the great things that come.
There's a lot going on. It's a little stressful. We got GoPro games, which we will be have the official merch of GoPro games with GoPro hats. Hopefully we'll be in the same spot we were right by Gorsuch, by the cross section of that street and that street. And yeah, we're actually gonna bring sewing machines there and actually let people pick what they want and sew everything on site.
Wow.
Which will be cool.
These are big promises. People are going to be excited.
Well, I've already told Dressman that. Dave Dressman, shout out. I've already told Dave Dressman that that's what we're doing, so that's what I have to do, Maddie.
Now let's talk.
I can't lie to the internet.
Can't lie. Well, you are the internet, so you'd be lying to yourself.
You do that same thing you did before.
Yeah, I did. The reverse psychology here,
Yeah.
Chris, first thing in the morning. Now, if people are interested in maybe the great hoodie that you have on or the sweet hat, that's also an option, and that's how the business started.
Yeah, the business started in my kitchen with my mom making some hats. And
Shout out to the moms.
Big Shar. Yeah, it started with the apparel, and that's still our core business. We're still, and that's the thing right now where ski season just ended, but now we're getting into the thick of the hat season. Everybody wants their orders before, 5/15, 6/1, blah, blah, blah. So, so we're full on. You can come to the shop, you can make your one-off customs. You can make 6 hats, a dozen hats, 1,000 hats. It doesn't matter. We've got you covered.
And if people are interested in coming to the shop, where are you guys located?
We are in Eagle Vail, next to Big O Tires and Pier 13 Liquors. We've got a nice little storefront. We've got the ski shop on one side and the hat shop on the other and all the production. And then we actually have a new warehouse, which is pretty sweet too because there's lots of room for activities. We got a mini truck. Should we talk about the mini truck?
I saw the mini truck. Well, unfortunately, Chris, we're out of time, so you're going to have to come back and show us some great videos of the mini truck.
I'll just drive it right in here.
All right, perfect.
It's mini. It'll fit.
The small little truck. Chris, thank you so much for coming in, taking the time to chat with us, and giving us all this great information, and thanks for being the internet.
Thank you, Maddie.
Make sure that you check out Ski Town All-Stars, whether you want a great deal on some skis, maybe a new e-bike as the summer is approaching, or you just want to look super steezy like Chris with his Ski Town All-Stars attire. That's the one-stop shop for everything you're looking for. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Woo. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Are you looking to do something absolutely riveting this Saturday? Well, Books in Bloom is taking place with the Eagle Valley Library District, and I've got Tegan Davis joining me on the couch to talk about all of the wonderful things. Tegan, I have missed you.
I know, it's so good to see you. I'm so excited you're here.
I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to nerd out about books with you.
Yes, yes.
Because last time you and I had chatted, I was like, I'm going to get Libby, and then I downloaded Libby, and I just want you to know, since having Libby, I have crushed 50 books.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I know. Libby's amazing because you can just put her in your car and then you can go and then and yeah, you just books. So,
all the time.
Yep.
It's amazing. Now, Books in Bloom.
Books in Bloom
is one of your guys' signature events.
Yes.
It's something that you do every year.
Every year.
And it's so special. And why is it so special?
Okay, so it's on May 4th. I might have misled you. So it's next Saturday. So May 4th.
That's okay.
From 2 to 5 at the West End. And so what we do is we bring in authors to come and to give chat and talk about the process or their books. And it's an opportunity for readers or just anyone who's interested in writing to meet authors and have that intimate conversation with them. So again, it is at the West End. And so the venue provides an opportunity for people to not just meet with fellow book lovers and potential writers, but also get those one-on-one moments with published authors.
Which is something that's so unique because to get a moment to sit down with an author and maybe ask some of those heavy-hitting questions that you have. This is such a great way to do so.
And they're here for you. So it's so much fun. And so we have 3 stellar authors this year. I think we always have a good lineup.
Yes,
and this
you always do.
Yeah, thank you. We worked really hard on it. And so we have Matthew Bate. And so his last book is called The Last Supper Club, and it's about his time as a server, as a waiter. And so he's going to talk about like the service industry, which I think is really powerful in this community. A lot of people have been in the service industry. And then we have Bonnie Jo Campbell, and her book right now, The Waters, is blowing up. And so we're hoping to get a lot of people in to hear her speak about her processes. And then we have our, and she's more literary fiction, and then we have our historical fiction author, which is Buzzy Jackson, and her last one was To Die Beautiful, and that was in regards to World War II in the Netherlands. So
wow.
Yeah, different perspectives, different writing styles, and in all one afternoon. So you can go and play and have a good time in the morning, go to brunch, and then come visit us in the afternoon.
Which is such a great way to spend your Saturday, and especially since kind of all of our outdoor activities, and who knows what the weather's going to be
right?
doing, right? And so this is a great way to kind of stimulate your brain.
Yes. So you can exercise in the morning and then exercise your mind in the afternoon.
Go down to a yoga class at the West End, come upstairs, enjoy some Books in Bloom.
Books in Bloom, 2 to 5, and we do provide some light appetizers and some hors d'oeuvres. So we do feed you, and there is, of course, beverages as well. So we try to keep everyone nice and happy through the afternoon.
And then if people are interested in coming to Books in Bloom, do they buy tickets?
They do buy tickets. So this year we did reduce our ticket price. So they used to be $50, and at the moment they're $35. And so you can get that online at evld.org.
Which is incredible, and we've got it pulled up right now, so you can see all of the artists, or excuse me, authors, but they're artists. They are artists.
It is an art. It is an art to write, yes.
And what incredible work that they all do, but you can see all of their names up there, and then you can kind of see that bio, and then maybe you have a week. You could crush a book in a week.
You could crush a book. I wanted to bring some in, but they're all checked out. So that's where Libby, and also our Overdrive app. So ebooks, audiobooks, you can get them that way as well.
Wait, there's another audiobook platform?
We're working on another one.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to go from 50 books to like 200 books.
Yes.
I bounce around, and now I have my mom hooked on Libby.
Oh, good.
For her library.
Nice.
And so we
go back and
together.
forth. Yeah.
And then it's amazing because you always have someone to talk books with.
Well, exactly. Book club, family book club is awesome. And then what's nice about Libby, I don't know if you've done this yet, but you can have 10 holds, and I totally have 10 holds. And then you can check out 5. And yes, I do have 5 already checked out. I just bounce. And I do and audio, so it just depends on what I'm doing, whether audio is great for moving and chores.
Yeah. It's like a intellectual way to do chores, because
Yes.
then you're like wrapped up in the characters' lives, and you're like, oh my goodness, I've been on a big Jodi Picoult kick, and so
Oh,
I'm
nice.
like
Okay. Yes.
going
yes.
through her books
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this character. What's happening? As I'm folding my clothes.
Well, yeah, and I've definitely got caught mid-chore, like just not doing it and listening to the story because I've been so riveted and being like, what's going to happen next? Oh, wait, I have this pile I need to take care of. Like, maybe I'm not doing a good job multitasking.
Right. You're like, it's good when you're driving though. 'Cause
Yes,
then you
it
can
is.
like focus on the road and it's like second nature
Yep.
to you, but you're just like listening and you're like
listening to a story, passing the time as you're going through. Yeah.
It's incredible. And so these books are also books people can get
Yep.
for Libby. Maybe
Yes.
make their drives a little bit different.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, and then again, if you want to meet the author that you're listening to in the car, Books in Bloom, May 4th. So yeah, everyone can come on in and it's a good time.
It's a great way to do it, and it's a great way to be involved with the Eagle Valley Library
thank
District
you. Yeah.
because you guys build such a community.
Oh, appreciate
within,
that.
Of course, within all of your libraries.
Yes.
You do such a fantastic job.
Thank
and
you.
Now that I've always been a fan of the Avon Library, but now that I'm in Eagle,
You can come to the Eagle one. It's amazing. So we did do a renovation remodel in 2019, and so it is bigger and better and beautiful.
And there's some great workshops, programs
yes.
that you guys do there because there's
Yes.
so many options.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying that. So yes, we have adult programming as well as teen programming and and children's programs and story times. And then we're doing our May, like getting ready for summer learning. And so we're about to launch summer learning, of course, once school ends. And adults can participate in there. So you're $50. You can keep going, and you can get a prize as well. It's not just for the kiddos.
I mean, I'm going to have to sign up for it. And then I'm going to be like, all right, now I have to crush 50
Crush
books.
some more bucks.
Yeah, but now that I'm commuting from Eagle up here,
yes.
it's so easy.
Well,
'cause
and
I'm-
it just makes it go by. Yeah.
And it's like a good relaxing way, you
Yes.
know? Sometimes I like to scream my music the whole way here, and then I get here, and I'm like, wow, I'm exhausted. Wow. I'm like, I have to devote all of my energy to my songs.
Right?
And now I need to, like, take a deep breath.
Start my day.
Right.
Yep, understandable.
I'm like, that girl is not the same girl that I am right now. And so the books really help mediate that.
Good. Yeah, I've definitely rolled up where it was a sad part in a book, you know, and everyone's like, are you okay? I'm like, it's just the book.
You're like, I just was too emotional.
It was fine. The drive was great.
I love it. But I love that books can inspire people
Yes.
to really feel their
Yep.
emotions. And
Yep.
maybe there's something underlying that you're not confronting. A book is going to draw that
Yep.
out of you, and it's like therapy.
Well, they've done studies, and so when you read fiction books in particular, you gain more empathy. And so you can see yourself in other people's shoes. So empathy and reading books go hand in hand. And even if you're more like, even if you like not narrative nonfiction or nonfiction, you're learning things, and so you can apply that, or you can just spout out facts, because the world is just, it's huge, and there's so many things that happen in it.
You know, the thing that I've learned about audiobooks that really helps me is the dictation that the authors write in.
Oh, okay,
sometimes
okay.
changed the dialogue that I use as I'm talking to people.
Yes, yeah. Because you different writing styles, and then you pick up on little words that you're like, ooh, I like that word. I'm going to test it out.
I'm gonna throw that in my vocabulary and see if anyone notices for a little bit, and then once it becomes normal, I'm just gonna put it in there.
Yep, and then you roll. So I like the different writing styles because all authors are, they're amazing and just different.
Now, I don't think people understand how easy it is to get a library card.
Thank you.
And how this is the greatest gift you can give yourself. So really quickly.
Yep. So all you have to do is come into any of our branches, Avon, Eagle, or Gypsum, with a photo ID. It can be your gym pass, it can be your ski pass. It doesn't have to be your driver's license, and you can walk away with a library card. And if you can't get in, there's a way to do it online. So you can pop in and you can get it online as well.
Which makes it so convenient.
Yes. We're trying.
And you guys do such a good job. Anyone who ever underestimates the Eagle Valley Library District has not spent any time there. Has not spent any time
Thank
with
you.
Empowering people of the Eagle Valley Library District.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Tegan, thank you so much for being here this morning.
It's good to see you.
It's so lovely to see you as well. Make sure that you get your library card. All it takes is a photo ID, and make sure you mark your calendars. May 4th, Books in Bloom, and you're not going to want to miss it because there's 3 incredible authors, 3 different writing styles, and so much to learn. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got just a teeny tiny Good Morning Vail left.
Good morning, Vail.
In America's heartland, living close to the land, there's a love for the America's heartland, living close to the land. In America's heartland, close to the land.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
What happens to a poker player when there is life-changing money on the line?
Hey, catch! I'm rooting for me.
When they are faced with adversity?
Holy smoke. Jason can't even breathe right now. Look at him.
When a WPT title is within their grasp?
How sweet that is, baby!
See for yourself with a front row seat to all the action on the World Poker Tour.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Let's take one final look at that local weather forecast for today. We are expecting to see temperatures warm up just a little bit, 40 degrees around 8 a.m., high of 51. 60% chance of rainfall, scattered showers throughout the course of today. Winds coming out of the west at 10 to 15 miles an hour, so that slight breeze is going to make it feel a little bit cooler than it actually is. As we take a look at Vail by the hour, mostly cloudy skies first thing this morning, and then we'll start to see those showers set in around that 12 o'clock hour, that high taking place between noon and 4 p.m. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor. If you are traveling along that I-70 corridor, increased chances of precipitation throughout the course of today, so just give yourself some extra travel time. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, 31 degrees is our overnight low, 70% chance of precipitation. We want to thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure that you do so tomorrow.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8.